Good late Thursday evening. I am certified meteorologist Nick Kelly checking in on the September 26th of 2019. Sure enough, we had our rain and thunderstorms give us a loud night and a loud wet start to our Thursday. We were rewarded, though, thankfully, with eventually clearing skies. In fact, we can show you that from our time-lapse of indigo sky just outside of Seneca, Missouri. We had, of course, this casino ground soaked from the storms the other night, early this morning. And it took a while to get the cloud cover to clear on out, but eventually we did just that and saw partly to mostly sunny skies for the rest of the afternoon. Even though we didn't want the rain, we could at least thank it for scrubbing out some of the warmth and humidity. Compared to yesterday, we had highs on Wednesday topping out in the mid-80s, but overnight the rain dropped some of us, in fact all of us, at least back into the lower 60s. Joplin actually bottomed out into the upper 50s this morning, and then a rebound to about 77, 78 at Joplin Regional. That's a good improvement after we had a warm and humid Wednesday across the area. Again, it's all thanks due to the thunderstorms that fired up right on top of us late last night into this early morning. Then we finally saw the rain clear out by about 10 or 11 o'clock, the last of it at least. For some of you, though, you just didn't need it. Case in point, the southern half of the viewing area was already pretty saturated from recent rains, and we just added another almost inch and a half in terms of radar estimates to the mix on average across parts of the region. Some embedded heavier pockets, though, from radar estimates suggesting some areas picked up anywhere from 2 to almost 5 inches of rain. So that is why we had some flash flood watches out and even some flash flood warnings to take us into this early morning. Thankfully, a nice change of pace this time around. We stayed quiet all evening on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, the radar network remaining calm and quiet, and it's going to stay that way as we head into the day tomorrow. 7th and range line looking quiet just before we hit the top of the 10 o'clock hour. The official numbers from Joplin Regional had us starting, again, chilly this morning in the upper 50s, right around 58, and then topping at our average high for this time of the year at 78. We almost had 0.6 of an inch of rain observed since midnight at Joplin Regional, but overall we picked up almost 4.5 inches of rain so far for the month. That puts us over 53 inches of rain for the year, which is still crazy given we average, like Doug has been saying, just about 46 in a normal year. So hopefully we get a good chance to dry out, but I am tracking, unfortunately, some more rain chances over the days to come. 71 at last check at Joplin Regional with a south breeze at 9. It's going to continue to pick up as we go throughout the course of the night, so that'll keep temperatures mild, and the dew points not too terrible, sitting in the lower to middle 60s. Most of us are sitting right around 70 degrees at the top of the 10 o'clock hour, and we're going to stay primarily in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees as we venture into the overnight. That'll be the coolest we'll go as we head into your Friday morning, because that south breeze finally begins to kick in and warm us back into the lower to middle 70s by the time we get the morning commute underway. And that south breeze will stay at it going into the start of your Friday afternoon. By noontime, we should be able to get temperatures to about 83. At least we can salvage a quiet night, not just in our immediate area, but across the entire four-state region, since that front itself that gave us the rain and storms has sunk just to the south. It's not done with us, though. That warm front will be lifting back across the area tomorrow. That will ensure our warming trend and, of course, be another reinforcer for that south wind. Then we'll have to keep an eye on this approaching cold front from the northwest as we head into Friday evening. That could give some of you a few thunderstorms to keep an eye on. But in general, that front will work with another disturbance running along the jet stream. As long as we're still being dominated by this upper low, we'll have to keep an eye on some thunderstorm chances as we get the weekend underway. Again, though, let's stress first and foremost that for tonight, we'll have early overnight lows right in the upper 60s to about 70, and then slowly warming for the rest of the overnight. But we keep things quiet. So it's going to be a quiet start this time around for your Friday morning as overnight lows start around 70, then we'll warm to about 73 by the time we get closer to sunrise. 83 by noon with a south breeze picking up. It'll be starting at 10 to 20 in the morning, then upping to 15 to 25. You can even have some gusts near 35 miles per hour at times. That'll show a warm day, though, as afternoon highs in Joplin top out around 87. In fact, everybody under partly to mostly sunny skies in the afternoon, we should be able to go back to about 87 degrees. Now let's focus on that cold front. It'll be sneaking in just to our northwest as we head toward late Friday afternoon and into Friday evening. As it does, we'll have some moisture in place, and it seems to be right along and just ahead of the front that we'll have to keep an eye on thunderstorms that will develop. Initially, here's 7 o'clock, the start of the Friday night football games. Most of you should be in good shape, but as we head for the rest of the evening, hope we can get the games in, because by the time we hit 9 o'clock at this round of the future track, is to be believed, we'll have to keep an eye on some strong and possibly severe storms in our very far northwestern counties, mainly along and north of US 54, before we can calm things down temporarily as we head into the overnight and into Saturday morning. If we can get some of those thunderstorms to get going and clip parts of our area, again, it will be mainly in southeast Kansas, along and north of 54, and some of these could be severe. It's a low severe threat. The main time looks to be from 6 o'clock in the evening to about midnight. I want to keep a sharp eye out for any storms with large hail, high wind, and some heavy rain. The tornado threat is looking fairly low, but again, it's another thing we'll just keep an eye on. So far, we'll look to start quiet for your Saturday morning, but we'll be seeing more moisture roll in with another wave. That will keep us mostly cloudy for your Saturday, warm too, and then we'll see some more thunderstorm chances. With the way the future track's looking here, we'll focus our rain chances for Saturday, mainly during the afternoon and going into your Saturday night. Then as we head towards Sunday, that system temporarily lifts back to the north. That means we'll calm things down for Sunday, and to start early next week out, that means highs staying in the mid-80s with partly sunny skies. Then that front tries to come back Wednesday and Thursday, and if that still pans out, we'll go from 84 on Wednesday to a more fall-like 74 by Thursday. But at least we start the weekend off on a quiet note for tomorrow with highs around 87. And again, we'll keep a close eye on those storm chances, not only for some of you for your Friday evening, but for Saturday as well. Have a good night. Have a great Friday.